Hello all. Before we begin the video, let's discuss CloudFoundation. CloudFoundation is the premier online training platform to help individuals and organizations gain knowledge and skills in the ever-growing cloud computing industry.
Because you are responsible to perform some action for the employees who are working in, for the employees that are working in that country. Right. So you are considered as an admin. So as an admin, you will be considered as a who can do means the granted population. Who can do means who can do. You are the person who can do, but for whom you are doing. You're doing some action for US location, but for whom you are doing that action? Again, I will try to explain to you. You are an admin from US country. Okay. And you have been nominated to perform the activities and the action. Okay. So when you have been nominated, you are being considered under the granted population means. Granted population means what you can do. Okay. Who are the person who can do? They have been nominated under granted population for whom they are doing. They are doing for the employees who are working in that country. Correct. You have been responsible for taking care of admin activities for the employees from the US. Correct. So the employees who are working in the US, those employees will be considered as the target population means you are doing something, but for whom you are doing to or for whom it will be, then that is a target population. So now you can see I have taken an example. Suppose Excel manager or the manager matrix manager from a particular company can be nominated as a granted population. But these people can do what for whom they are doing? For the employees who are working in that particular company. Okay. It can also be possible specific to a particular department or division or a location. That is also possible. Okay. So, when you are going and creating a granted population can be created on a group level also and also on an individual level. So I created a group and I can add 2 members in that particular group. So the 2 members will be acting as a granted population. And for 2 members, what is their role? They will be doing the activities for the employees who are working in that particular country. What they will be doing? They will be doing the day. They can view the employee profile. They can edit the employee profile. They can do the necessary changes for the employee profiles who are working in the target population. Right. Who all employees are working in the target population. Correct. That is the reason I given an example of a US. Okay. Now, what is a permission rule? Permission rule is something. It defines a set of permission and grant these permissions to the permission group or role, such as employee or the manager. Okay. Again, what is a permission rule? It defines a set of permission. Okay. And grant this permission to the permission group. Okay. A small set of permission is there and granting this permission to the permission group. Suppose I created a permission group here. Payroll. Okay, how many members are there? 2 members are there. Right. Now I will define a permission rule separately. Okay. I am defining a set of permission. And granting this permission to whom? To this payroll group. So granting this permission to the payroll group means what happened? Who all members are there in this group? They will be having the equal access for the payroll access. So you created a group, but you are assigning You created a role. Defined a role. Defined. A role means what can be editable, what can be viewable, what can be, who can see the history, who can delete it, modify it. So all these things, you are defining it in a particular role, after creating a role, and you are selecting all the categories in that role. Now that role has to be assigned. Then only it will work. Right. So, when you assign this role to this particular group automatically, what happened in this group? How many members are there? They will be assigned to this particular role. So whenever they open an employee profile, they can able to either view, edit or delete. They can able to see the history or these things they can able to see from their end because that permission role. If you have created that has been assigned to that particular group, that only. It is saying it defines a set of permission and grant this permission to the permission group or role, such as employees or the manager. Now, before going into the further, when you want to enable role-based permission, when you want to access from the front end, the first thing is that you need to enable this role-based permission from the provisioning system. Without enabling from the provisioning system, you cannot access it from the front end. Okay. Before accessing it in the front-end system, that is, in the instance system under Admin Center. First of all, we need to enable it from the provisioning. Okay. If you remember, when we were discussing about the provisioning, there was certain enabling activities within the screenshots. Right. Language packs, RBP, setups, profile V12, all these things were there. Right. So in that enabling activities, we need to enable the RBP. Once the RBP has been enabled, then what happened in the front-end system? So when I go into the front-end system, so when I first of all I will take a proxy, will show you. I'm just selecting a proxy. Proxy user. I'm going to my employee profile. Okay. And I will go to the admin center. Once you go to the admin center, you can go to the tools here. And when you scroll down, Once it is enabled from the provisioning, you can find a place for set user position. Normally we're just getting stuck up. So you can see here the option, Set User Permission. This option start population when you are enabling it from the provision. Okay. And when it is being enabled, you will get. If you are a super admin, you will get all the options here. How you will get now? This is a new user. So you don't have the access to the RBP tool? Okay. So when this option is enabled, then you should have 5 RBP tools. Configuration to what are those configuration tools? For that I will proxy to the SF admin
and finally do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.